There is a quiet, beautiful power that awakens when you decide to stop chasing the world and instead turn inward and focus on your own light. This isn't selfish, it is sacred, for when you begin to pour into yourself, life begins to mirror that love back to you in extraordinary ways. There comes a time in your life when the noise around you becomes too loud, when the opinions, expectations, and judgments of others drown out your own inner voice. In that moment, something inside you softly whispers, it's time to come home to yourself. That's where true transformation begins, when you stop seeking validation from the outside world and begin to deeply, lovingly focus on yourself. You awaken a power that was always yours. It's not arrogance, it's not selfishness, it's self-honoring. Focusing on yourself is not about shutting others out. It's about finally inviting yourself in. It's about recognizing that you are not a supporting character in someone else's story. You are the main character in your own. You are the one who creates the narrative, sets the tone, and decides the direction. When you begin to treat your energy, your time, and your presence as sacred, the world around you starts to respond differently. People will begin to feel your shift. They'll notice your boundaries. They'll feel your peace. And some may be confused by it, but that's okay, because this journey isn't about being understood. It's about being true. You were never meant to chase anyone or anything. The right people, the right opportunities, the right love will be drawn to you when you stand firmly in your truth. But first, you must be willing to let go of the parts of you that were built on needing external approval, the version of you that stayed small so others could feel comfortable, the version of you that poured endlessly into others, hoping they'd give back what you were unwilling to give yourself. That chapter is over now. This is your time. Focusing on yourself means investing in your healing. It means listening to your feelings instead of suppressing them. It means giving yourself grace on the hard days and celebrating yourself on the good ones. It means looking in the mirror and choosing to love what you see, not because it's perfect, but because it's you. Every scar, every story, every soft and strong part of you deserves compassion. As you begin to prioritize yourself, you'll start to notice the little things. How you speak to yourself, how you react to challenges, how much of your time is spent worrying about things you cannot control. You'll realize how much energy you've given away and how powerful it feels to reclaim it. It's in this space of self-awareness that change begins to bloom. You'll begin to nourish your soul, not just your body. You'll read things that inspire you. You'll rest without guilt. You'll create boundaries without apology. And slowly, you'll become the kind of person you once admired, not because you copied someone else, but because you remembered who you were. People may start to say you've changed. Let them. Growth is often misunderstood by those who remain in the same place. You are not here to stay the same. You are here to evolve, to stretch, to rise. The more you focus on yourself, the more you'll realize that peace is a choice. That happiness isn't found in someone else's presence, but in your own. That love doesn't have to hurt or be earned. It begins with how you treat yourself. There is something magnetic about a person who is deeply in tune with themselves. When you walk in a room with confidence that comes from within, not from praise or attention, you become radiant. People can feel your energy even if they don't understand it. That's the moment when you become the focus. Not because you demanded it, but because you embodied it. Your light, your presence, your peace, it speaks for itself. You don't need to explain your journey. You don't need to defend your boundaries. You only need to walk in your truth. Let your growth be your statement. Let your energy teach others how to treat you. Let your joy be proof of your healing, and above all, let your focus remain on you, not in a way that isolates, but in a way that elevates. Because when you focus on yourself, when you truly commit to loving, nurturing, and honoring the person you are, you naturally become the focus, not just in the eyes of others, but in the eyes of the universe. The world aligns with your energy, opportunities arise, peace expands, the right people stay, and you, beautiful soul, finally become what you were always meant to be, whole, empowered, and unapologetically you. Where you place your attention, you place your power. This simple truth holds more weight than most realize. Every day you are given a choice to direct your energy toward what uplifts you or toward what drains you, to focus on what you can control or obsess over what you cannot. Your thoughts are like seeds, and your attention is the sunlight that helps them grow. What you water will flourish. What you neglect will wither. The power to shape your reality lies not in what happens to you, but in how you respond through the focus of your attention. Many people go through life unaware that they are leaking their power. They give it away in small, unconscious moments, worrying about the opinions of others, reliving painful memories, scrolling endlessly through distractions, or chasing external validation. And with every ounce of attention poured into things that don't serve them, they feel more tired, more anxious, more disconnected. It's not because they are broken, it's because their energy is being spent in places that yield no return. Imagine your attention as a beam of light. If it's scattered, it barely illuminates anything. But when it's focused, it becomes a laser, sharp, precise, and capable of creating transformation. The same is true of your inner power. When you place your attention on what truly matters, your growth, your healing, your peace, everything begins to shift. The mind calms, the heart opens, life responds. But first, you must become aware of where your attention has been going. Ask yourself, are you constantly thinking about things beyond your control? Are you stuck in the past, replaying old stories and regrets? Are you future tripping, imagining worst-case scenarios that haven't happened? If so, your power is being misplaced. Your energy is being consumed by illusions, not by truth. And that is why you may feel ungrounded or lost. To reclaim your power, you must bring your attention back to the present moment. This moment, right here, right now, is where your life actually exists. It's the only space where healing can begin, where choices can be made, where joy can be experienced. When you center your awareness in the now, you stop feeding fear, doubt, and worry. You begin to nourish clarity, courage, and connection. Every time you choose to focus on what strengthens you instead of what weakens you, you realign with your power. When you focus on gratitude instead of lack, your energy expands. When you focus on solutions instead of problems, you feel empowered. When you focus on your own journey instead of comparing it to others, you feel peace. The external world will always try to pull your attention in 1,000 directions, but your inner world is where your true strength lies. You must become the guardian of your attention. This means becoming intentional with your thoughts. It means noticing when your mind starts wandering into fear or judgment and gently guiding it back to love. It means making time each day to center yourself, to breathe deeply, to connect with your truth. The more you do this, the more powerful you become. Not because life is easier, but because you're no longer giving your energy away to what no longer deserves it. Some will not understand your shift. They may think you're becoming distant, uninterested, or too focused on yourself. Let them think what they will. This journey is not about their understanding. It is about your alignment. When you begin to prioritize your peace, your purpose, and your presence, your entire vibration changes. People will begin to feel your strength, even in your silence. That's the power of attention. When directed inward, it becomes a force of healing, confidence, and manifestation. You don't need to control everything. You don't need to fix everyone. You only need to decide moment by moment where your attention will go. Will it go to fear or to faith? To stress or to serenity? To what's missing or to what's already here? The choice is yours. And with each choice, you either step closer to your power or further away from it. So place your attention with care. Pour it into things that grow you. Speak words that reflect your strength. Choose thoughts that elevate your spirit. Surround yourself with energies that inspire, not exhaust. And most importantly, keep coming back to the truth that you hold within you everything you need. Your energy is sacred. Your focus is powerful. When you choose to use it wisely, your entire life begins to transform. Not because the world changed, but because you did. You attract what you are, not what you chase. This truth may feel simple, but it holds the key to understanding why certain patterns repeat, why some dreams seem out of reach, and why peace often arrives when you stop forcing outcomes. In a world that teaches us to hustle, strive, and chase after love, success, or happiness, this truth gently reminds us to look within. Because life is not responding to what you say you want, it's responding to who you are being. When you operate from a place of lack, fear, or desperation, even if your intentions seem good, that energy creates resistance. Chasing implies something is running away from you. It implies separation. It reinforces the idea that what you desire is far outside your reach. And so you chase people who aren't ready, opportunities that don't fit, and dreams that drain your spirit, thinking the more effort you give, the closer you'll get. But the more you chase, the more you push it away. You cannot fake your energy. You cannot pretend to be whole while secretly believing you're unworthy. You may speak affirmations and visualize your goals, but if your core beliefs are rooted in fear, insecurity, or self-doubt, those vibrations are louder than your words. The universe listens to your frequency, not your language. And your frequency is shaped by what you believe about yourself in the quiet moments when no one is watching. When you shift from chasing to becoming, everything begins to change. Instead of longing for love, you embody love. Instead of begging for respect, you carry yourself with dignity. Instead of striving for abundance, you walk with the energy of someone who trusts that what is theirs will find them. This shift is not about pretending, it's about aligning. You align your thoughts, your actions, and your energy with a version of you who already has what you desire. You attract what you are. If you are peaceful, you draw in peace. If you are whole, you invite wholeness. If you are confident, opportunities naturally come your way. And when you truly love yourself, you stop settling for anything that contradicts that love. People feel your energy even before they hear your words. They respond to your vibration more than your effort. That is why you don't need to chase love or beg to be chosen. The right people recognize you when you recognize yourself. This journey begins with self-awareness. Ask yourself, what energy am I living in? Am I constantly seeking outside approval to feel enough? Am I always working to prove something instead of enjoying the process? Am I afraid to pause because I think everything will fall apart if I do? If the answer is yes, then it's time to slow down and realign. The most powerful thing you can do is return to yourself. Reconnect with your own worth. Heal the wounds that made you believe you had to earn love. Release the idea that success is something you chase rather than something you magnetize. Trust that when your inner world is whole, your outer world will reflect it. Let this be the season where you stop running toward things and start attracting them. Let your focus be on becoming, not on chasing. Become the person who naturally attracts love by being loving toward yourself. Become the person who attracts abundance by practicing gratitude and openness. Become the person who attracts peace by choosing stillness over chaos. And when you feel the urge to chase, pause, breathe. Ask yourself, what part of me feels empty? Then bring love to that space. Tend to it, nourish it. Because when you are full, you stop reaching outward and start glowing from within. That glow is magnetic. It doesn't demand attention, it receives it. There is nothing wrong with wanting more, dreaming big, or reaching for goals, but the energy behind those actions must come from wholeness, not from fear. Want because you know you deserve it, not because you're afraid you'll never get it. Move toward your desires with joy, not with panic. Build your life with patience, not with pressure. Remember, the version of you who already has the life you want is not desperately chasing it. They are aligned, grounded, and certain. They trust the timing. They know they are worthy. And because of that, they attract everything meant for them without begging, proving, or chasing. So become who you seek. Embody what you desire. Focus on your energy, your healing, your growth. When you do that, you stop chasing and life begins to chase you. Detach from who you were and step into who you are becoming. Life is a series of chapters, not a single page. Who you were yesterday was perfect for that moment, but you are not meant to stay the same. Growth is natural, evolution is necessary, and part of that growth is learning to let go of the version of you that no longer serves the life you are building. There may be comfort in the familiar, even when it no longer fits. Old patterns, identities, habits, and roles that once helped you survive can become chains that hold you back. Maybe you were the one who always put others first, the one who stayed silent to keep the peace, or the one who doubted their worth because of what someone else said. But you don't have to carry those roles into your next chapter. They were never who you truly were. They were who you thought you had to be to feel safe, loved, or accepted. Now, you're being called into something greater. You're being invited to rise, to stretch, to expand into the next version of yourself. That requires shedding old skin. It requires releasing the fear of disappointing others or being misunderstood. It means saying goodbye to the false security of your past and stepping into the unknown with faith. Detaching from who you were does not mean rejecting your past. It means honoring it and choosing not to stay there. It means acknowledging the lessons, the wounds, the experiences, and the strength you gained. It means forgiving yourself for what you didn't know, for the times you settled, and for the moments you stayed small because you were afraid to be seen. There is no shame in who you were, but it's no longer your home. To step into who you are becoming, you must first believe in your ability to transform. You are not limited by your history. You are shaped by it, but not defined by it. Every moment is an invitation to become more aligned with your truth. And that truth is powerful, radiant, and worthy of being expressed. Who you are becoming may feel unfamiliar at first. You may not recognize yourself as you set new boundaries, speak up, or walk away from what no longer nourishes you, but that's okay. Becoming is uncomfortable because you're building new pathways. You're rewiring your mind to believe in your own value, your own power, your own voice. Let that be enough, even if no one else claps for it yet. You are not here to be who you used to be. You are here to be free. And freedom means choosing yourself, even when it's hard. It means saying, I love who I was, but I love who I am becoming more. It means walking in faith, even when the road is unclear, because your soul knows it's the right direction. Sometimes the people around you will only recognize the old version of you. They may try to pull you back into roles you've outgrown because it's what they're used to. But it's not your responsibility to manage. Your responsibility is to your own healing, your own becoming, your own joy. As you rise, some people will fall away, and that's part of the process. Don't shrink to fit back into their comfort. Expand to meet your destiny. You don't have to know exactly who you are becoming yet. Becoming is not a destination, it's a journey. Each small step you take, each time you choose peace over chaos, faith over fear, self-respect over approval, you are aligning more closely with the highest version of yourself. Trust those steps even when they're quiet. Trust that your future self is cheering you on. Let go of the need to have it all figured out. You're allowed to evolve. You're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to outgrow places, people, beliefs, and even versions of yourself that once felt like home. And it's not betrayal, it's transformation. And transformation is what life is all about. When you detach from who you were, you free yourself from the limitations of the past. You make space for miracles. You open the door to new experiences, new love, new wisdom. You begin to walk as someone who is no longer trying to fit in, but someone who is ready to stand out, fully embodied in their truth. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are becoming. And becoming takes courage. Becoming takes patience. Becoming takes trust. So be gentle with yourself in the process. Celebrate your growth, no matter how small. Speak kindly to yourself when you stumble, and keep going, because who you are becoming is worth it. There is so much beauty ahead, but you must let go of who you were to receive it. You are not your past. You are the possibility of this present moment. Embrace it, own it, step into it. Pour into your spirit daily, not once in a while, not only when you're tired, broken, or desperate, but every single day. Because your spirit, your inner being, is the foundation of your life. When your spirit is nourished, you think clearly, love deeply, speak wisely, and walk through the world with calm confidence. But when your spirit is neglected, life begins to feel heavy, uncertain, and disconnected. You can't pour from an empty cup, and you can't build a peaceful life on a depleted soul. It's easy to get caught up in the rush of the world. Responsibilities pull you in 100 directions. People demand your time, your energy, your attention, and before you know it, you're running on fumes, giving pieces of yourself away without ever stopping to refill. That's not sustainable. That's not loving. The truth is, no matter how busy your life gets, your soul still needs you. It needs moments of silence. It needs gentleness. It needs truth. It needs space to breathe. When you pour into your spirit daily, you are telling yourself, I matter. You are reminding yourself that you deserve care just as much as anyone else. This isn't selfish, this is sacred. Because when your inner world is healthy, your outer world reflects that harmony. You show up in your relationships with patience. You handle challenges with clarity. You make decisions from wisdom, not fear. Pouring into your spirit doesn't require a grand gesture. It's often found in the simplest things. A quiet morning where you listen to your breath before the world wakes up. A journal entry where you tell yourself the truth. A walk in nature where your mind lets go. A prayer whispered from the heart. A moment of gratitude for what is, even if life isn't perfect. These small acts are not small at all. They are powerful, healing, and life-giving. Some days, pouring into your spirit looks like rest, not because you're lazy, but because you are human. Rest is how the body and soul reset. It's how clarity returns. It's how you give yourself permission to just be without pressure. Other days, it may be creating something. A poem, a meal, a painting, a new idea. Creativity is the language of the soul. It connects you to the deeper parts of yourself that often get lost in routine. Pouring into your spirit also means protecting your energy. It means learning to say no without guilt. It means distancing yourself from what drains you, whether that's a toxic relationship, a chaotic environment, or a habit that pulls you away from peace. You can't heal in the same space that breaks you. Boundaries are not walls. They are doors you close to protect what is sacred. Affirm yourself. Speak words over your life that remind you of who you are and where you're going. Say, I am enough. I am growing. I am allowed to change. I choose peace. I deserve love that doesn't hurt. I trust the path even when I can't see it. These words are not just affirmations. They are spiritual nourishment. They shift your focus from fear to faith. Let your spirit be the leader of your life, not your wounds, not your past, not your ego. Your spirit knows the way home. And when you give it what it needs every day, you start to feel more aligned, more grounded, more alive. You stop searching for fulfillment outside of yourself because you realize you've always had access to it within. We live in a world that often celebrates burnout, overworking, and emotional numbness. But none of that brings true joy. True joy comes from a soul that is full, from a heart that feels safe, from a mind that is quiet. And that kind of life is built slowly, intentionally, with daily deposits into your spirit. So today, take a moment for you. Breathe, pause, reflect. Ask yourself, what does my spirit need today? Then listen. Maybe it needs forgiveness. Maybe it needs silence. Maybe it needs laughter. Maybe it just needs permission to be seen and heard by you. Whatever it is, honor it. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to be present with yourself. One breath, one thought, one act of love at a time. As you pour into your spirit, you begin to see that life flows more naturally. What you used to chase begins to flow toward you. Why? Because you are aligned, you are in harmony, you are connected to your truth. Pour into your spirit daily and watch how your life transforms, not through force, but through flow, not through striving, but through stillness. The more you care for your inner world, the more beautifully your outer world begins to reflect it. Keep going. Keep nourishing. Keep choosing you. Your glow comes from within. It is not something you apply, earn, or chase. It's not dependent on your status, your past, your appearance, or the validation of others. Your glow is your truth, your energy, your light. It radiates from the inside out. And the more you connect with your spirit, the more it shines effortlessly. Too often the world teaches us to look outside for our worth. We're told we need to be more of this, less of that, change something, improve something, hide something. We're told we must achieve, please, or be chosen in order to feel valuable. But real glow, the kind that lights up a room, heals others just by presence, and brings peace to your own heart, doesn't come from external accomplishment. It comes from a deep connection with your own soul. Your glow is born in the quiet moments. It's born when you are true to yourself, when you make peace with who you are, when you forgive yourself for the past and trust yourself with the future. It grows every time you honor your intuition instead of silencing it. Every time you walk away from what drains you and toward what feeds your heart. Your glow is fed by truth, not perfection. There's a special beauty in people who have done the inner work. They don't have to prove anything. They walk in rooms with calmness instead of chaos. Their joy doesn't feel forced. Their kindness isn't performance. It's a reflection of the peace they've cultivated within. That kind of glow is not loud, but it's magnetic, and it's available to you right now. When you begin to glow from within, you stop chasing. You no longer need to force things or beg people to see your value. You realize that the right people, opportunities, and experiences are drawn to your energy, not your effort to convince. That inner glow speaks louder than any words. It tells the world, I know who I am. I honor myself. I choose peace. But glowing from within doesn't mean life is always easy or perfect. It doesn't mean you never feel pain or insecurity. It means that even in the hard moments, you return to yourself with love instead of criticism. You give yourself grace. You remind yourself of your worth. That is powerful. That is beautiful. That is glow. To protect your glow, you must also protect your energy. Your light can be dimmed by people who feed off your kindness but never pour anything back. It can be clouded by environments that don't support your growth. It can fade when you forget to rest, to reflect, to reconnect with your spirit. You must be intentional about staying full. You must choose healing over habits, peace over performance, alignment over approval. There will be times when you feel dim, when doubt creeps in, when life feels heavy and your sparkle feels far away. In those moments, go inward. Be still. Ask yourself, what do I need to return to myself? Often, the glow fades not because we are broken, but because we've been looking everywhere else for the light. But it's always been within you, waiting, patient, steady. The truth is, your glow has nothing to do with appearance and everything to do with presence. You could be wearing the simplest clothes, walking in silence, and yet light up an entire space. Because your energy is whole, because your heart is open, because your soul is alive. That's the kind of glow that inspires others, not the one that looks good in pictures, but the one that feels good in person. A glow is love, glow is truth, glow is peace, and all of these are available to you when you stop searching outside and start nurturing what's inside. When you speak kindly to yourself, make choices that honor your values, and surround yourself with people who uplift your spirit, you shine, not because you're trying, but because you're aligned. So take care of your inner world, feed your soul, listen to your intuition, rest when you need to, celebrate who you are becoming, let go of what dims you, return to your light again and again until it feels like home. You don't have to be perfect to glow, you just have to be real. You don't have to be everything to everyone, you just have to be everything to yourself. And when you do that, when you pour love into your spirit, when you choose peace over pressure, when you trust your path, you radiate, you attract, you rise. Because your glow comes from within, and once it's lit, nothing outside of you can take it away.